Well, one plausible idea, at least I think it's plausible until it gets proved wrong, is that the fluting matches the technology of the Clovis flake removals, the large flake removals that are going to be used for tools. So I think that it's possible that some of the flutes were put there because they could take that flake off and use it as a tool. With the point being, have nice convexities from tip to base and from side to side. When they're done with this, it's just it almost kind of seems logical that they could, hey, there's a place right in the base where we can take a flute, and the other people, archaeologists, have noted the similar characteristics between an overshot flake and a flute flake. The preparation of the nipple, the grinding, the isolation, the protrusion are similar with the flutes, similar in the flutes just as they are in the overshots. So, like say, if there's a place here to take a flake, then they could take the flake and use it. And as this point gets reworked, then they're continually losing length and fluting up the base on these as they maintain convexity throughout. Anyway, it's just an idea. The characteristics of some of the flake scars on the Wenatchee stuff looks like it may have been reworked or with a punch, and maybe even in earlier stages with a punch. It's hard to get large mass removals with a punch. I feel it's pretty easy, a lot easier with a hammerstone. And in the beginning I thought, well, I'm better with a hammerstone than I am a punch, so I felt I would have more success, quicker success, if I tried to use a hammerstone instead of a punch. And in the beginning I failed miserably. I messed up a lot of stuff. This is, these were nice size rocks, and I messed up a bunch of stuff trying to learn how. This was a good teaching tool here. It taught me something right away. This is actually getting pretty thin, and there was an area here where I could take an overshot across there, but I couldn't predict how it would spread out, and it spread out this way a little too far, and there's a hump right there, and when it hit that hump it just dove right in and just completely ruined it. So I felt that well, contours have to be right. Here's another one I messed up. This was very early work. It's a little too much of an overshot. I could probably still get a point out of it, but it's messed up pretty bad. These are some early stage overshots. This one, when I took that, I liked it a lot because I got 2 points. There's 2 points in there. See, I believe that something like this would have been used as a tool. They would have taken that flake and said, look, there's a sharp edge there. Why would I want to keep working this? I can use this sharp edge as a butchering tool or whatever, cutting grass or whatever needed to be done, whatever I needed a knife for, a handheld knife. And that's ready to go. And as that gets dull, then I would rework this point some more and maybe take some more overshots on it and to reproduce sharp utilitarian edges again. This was just a clunker of a rock, and I tried to see if I could get an overshot on it. I hit it on this plane right here. Actually, I hit it quite a few times, but finally got it to release, and this is the overshot. That's just massive, and that thing could be reworked into a point, but at this stage they may want to just use it as a tool, a cutting edge. This edge right here is super sharp where it rolled off, and I've noticed that some of the overshots are dull right here and some are sharp, but the ones that are sharp, you know, this can be used as like a modern day cabinet scraper or spoke shave or a plane. Took that overshot there, which has a lot of thickness to it, and see, this one is dull. There's a little bit of a sharp edge there, and it's just really pretty dull though. There's one sharp edge right there and the rest of it's pretty dull, but you know, all around the flake edges that's sharp and can be used as a tool. And I know we see these in the archaeological record, so figured I was on the right track. And some I just stopped at because I wanted to have several examples. I wanted to have examples from the beginning stages through middle stages and all the way to the end. This one I had decided, after I fluted it, I decided to go ahead and rework it a little bit to smooth it out and take some of the ridges that were there and try to create overshots. So I took this was more of a flat flake across here. I didn't really want a big overshot over here. A small one would have been fine. It would have helped build some body into this, but that'd be blended out later anyway. Then I took a flake right across here to isolate this ridge and then set up to hit this. And I heard someone say that a right-handed napper got perverse fractures that went in this direction. Well, I'm right-handed and I hit this, and this perverse fractures that direction. I don't know what that means, if it means anything at all. But I still decided to keep it for an example. I like this point a lot. It has nice taper and convexity from end to end and from side to side. And that is definitely a characteristic that conforms to overshot technology. It's hard to get controlled overshots unless everything is set up right. This example is very similar to, you know, some of the ones on the poster. You can see that one has a lot of thickness to it, tapered from end to end, but there's not really any overshots on there anymore. And as I mentioned before, this video it's not a how-to video. It's more of documenting my progress and or attempted progress, and some resulted in success, and I had a lot of failures too. So the film footage that you're about to watch is really, it's just I kind of got serious with this, with the hammerstones on Halloween and on Halloween Day, and just wanted to demonstrate the hammerstone overshot. Throughout the video there's not much how-to. That's more of showing my successes and my failures. And after the video I'll have a few other things to say, and then that'll be it. One thing that I've definitely noticed with a lot of Clovis stuff is how random everything is, but you can still see a process. And if they didn't have the right contour or body, they fixed it. they lost length, whatever, it didn't matter. That's what they had to do. That's what they had to do. Oops, messed that up. Messed up my contours right away. That was perfect. Look at that overshot. Basically, I'm just gonna take this out in through here, I hope. Feel for that right feel. And don't hit it too hard, but hit it just like that. See where it came off? I'm not sure if I should take this yet, but I'm gonna try it. Hit it right there and go across. That's pretty funny looking. I think that turned out just nice. Okay, I did one overshot earlier that kind of went across there. I want to try to get this one across through there and roll off some of this edge, but I don't want it to go too far. I'm going to angle it towards the tip just a little ways. Yeah. Wasn't bad at all. But this thing is just ate up with overshots. Of course, there's this one with this very utilitarian sharp edge right from there to there. It's just mega sharp. And then I put that flake back on, then there's the overshot here that rolled over and took the opposite edge off. This is just a massive flake here that I did in the beginning. Matter of fact, it was this flake. Once I get that good flake that's in the right plane, I try to work everything to it, so I've been taking stuff off the other side to get to it. This one isn't really isolated, but I just wanted to try. You know, I'm trying to learn to do this, so I don't really care if I mess something up, if I'm learning something at the same time. But it just looks like it should go across there, so hopefully it doesn't overshoot too much. I guess it wasn't too bad. It went full length, but didn't overshoot, and that's, I guess I did want it to go a little farther. Try to go over here and see if it'll spread a little bit along that ridge and along that ridge. I'd like it if it went right to the edge. Not really overshoot it too much. Oh, nice. Right there. And I'm gonna hit that. And I do want an overshot here.